Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the vlog. It is so good to see your smiling faces again. It has been way too long since I've made a video, and that's because I was out of town on a business trip for a couple of weeks. And you might have noticed that the interval that I've been posting content has slowed down dramatically. And that is because I have a mini PC that I built. It's about the size of a shoebox, and I built that because I had a laptop, it burned up where I was, and I couldn't get parts for it. But if I had a mini PC, I could get parts for it. Well, it's a water-cooled PC, and I've traveled around the world with it many times in this Pelican case, and nothing has ever happened to it. On my business trip, once I got to my destination, I opened up my Pelican case, and there was water everywhere. The baggage handlers definitely mistreated this bag, and I can see where the misconception is. It's a Pelican case, whatever's in there is protected, but man, they did a number on it. Anyways, it got wet, and it fried the motherboard. So that's why my content has been slowed. But I got another motherboard, popped it in there, and I got the computer up and running again. Nothing has been lost. Everything's been saved. Everything runs as it should. So I'm excited about that, and I'm ready to get that content flowing out to you guys again. As you can see behind me, I've started to clean up my garage. It's kind of a mess right now because I got Audi parts here, I got stuff over there, and it's definitely something that I've needed to do for quite a while, and I've definitely started, and it's coming together. I found a lot of stuff that I've been missing, so that's exciting. But before I do anything else with the garage, I gotta go down and check on the R8 and see what the progress. But before I do anything else to the garage, I gotta take my wife's X5 down to Eurotech and get the fluids changed in this thing. It's time for service. While we're there, we're gonna check on how the R8's doing as well. I'm not sure that we've ever had the X5 on the vlog before, but you can hear the cold start on this. We did an exhaust at 6651 Customs, and it sounds excellent. I mean, this thing sounds great. This X5 is surprisingly fast. It's the 5-liter V8 twin turbo, and it has about 450 horsepower. I haven't done anything with the tune, but I know that you can really push these things up to about 650 horsepower if you try, maybe more, but that's not something that we need in my wife's vehicle. I would even dare to say that this is faster than my E92 M3. So what's interesting about this is that you can switch the maps on the fly from the factory, and I'm gonna keep my foot in the same spot on the accelerator, but I'm gonna just switch it into Sport Plus, and you'll see, just listen to the motor. I'm not sure if you could tell, but the motor definitely changed on how it's reacting to the throttle position, and it does feel a little more lively. The steering is tightened up a little bit, and this car can get really, really fun for being an SUV. And the beautiful thing is you can knock it down a couple of maps back into comfort or even eco and just cruise on down to your destination. Everything nice, soft ride as it should be. But if you needed the power, you know you have it, and that's a really nice thing to have. What's up, guys? I went down and checked on the R8, and unfortunately car wasn't done and wasn't even on the dyno yet. So that's all getting taken care of and everything this week. Got the X5's oil change done, but I didn't film anything because nothing really happened. And as you can see, I'm kind of out in the desert here. I took a little trip to California, and I rented a vehicle, and they gave me this Jeep Wrangler. So I've never driven a Jeep Wrangler. I've only ridden in the two-door one, and the two-door one is much more bumpy than this. The four-door one is so much better. If you're a hardcore Jeep fan, then you know you can like whatever you like, but personally, I like this one better, but I'm never ever gonna buy a Jeep. I will say that this thing doesn't suck, but I decided to come and test it off-road. This is the road I came up down there, and drove it up this, I wouldn't call this a mountain, I'd call this a hill maybe. Maybe I'll head over here. I know that's kind of like the Newcomb's Ranch area, Angeles Crest Highway area, which is a lot of fun, and I will say that this thing does handle it with ease, and it's pretty cool. You guys can see I drove it up here, and I had to like park it on this little rock right here because I feel like that's what Jeep guys do, you know? They always have this stupid sticker on their cars that say it's a Jeep thing. I don't know. I still don't get it. I would never buy one of these, but like I said before, but it doesn't suck. And we're gonna see what else we can do with this thing. So I'm driving around in the rental and I come across this weird town, and the whole thing is pretty much abandoned. And I'll show you this right here. I don't really want to get out. I'm not comfortable with that because I'm not with anybody, but definitely if I were with somebody, it would be cool to kind of check this out a little bit closer. All right, you can see this is some type of school right here. And you can see all of the windows are busted out, just all the way up there, all the way over here. Every single one of them is busted out. This freaking fire hydrant's been turned on. You can see down here. I mean, it is properly abandoned. Definitely looks like something you'd see in like a Chernobyl movie or something. You can see people pull down these trees over here. Look at the glass everywhere. It's a mess. Wow. Looks like some type of school or something. It'd be kind of cool to walk in there and see what's in there. Wow, it's very cool. But not trying to maybe get attacked by any animals or people living in there, especially since I don't have anybody here. But you can see people lit these trees on fire over here right in the parking lot. See people come up here and party, drinking right there. This place is massive. You can see all those housing units down there are abandoned, and all of these ones right here are abandoned as well. And I'll show you as we drive around. So as you see, we're coming up here, and to me this looks like old military family housing, because a lot of militaries have the same identical layout. I wouldn't say they all look this dated, but they do have those little numbers. If you can see, a lot of military bases will use these little number plates like that, and they're brown with the white letters or white numbering, and that's how the bases identify a lot of the buildings. And you can just see all of these houses are just demolished. Some of these are burned down. You can see, pretty cool. It would be kind of cool to come out here and film a movie, or maybe a little skit, since I'm not really into the movie stuff. While I'm here and there's nobody around, why don't we see if we can get... While I'm here and there's nobody around, why don't we see if we can't get this old rental Jeep to... Wow. Just pure luxury. It goes on forever. This place is massive. Let us do a burnout. All right, here goes nothing. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We got her going a little bit like that. Not the coolest or the biggest or the smokiest, but she lit her up best as she could. All right, that looks like the end of this road right here, but you can see that this is some type of guard shack right there. So I bet you this was a military, at least family housing here at one point. Well, as you can see, I'm back home. I got the R8 back, and we returned the Jeep with no issues, no nothing. I got the receipt. Everything's all good, and we're kosher with that. But anyways, with the R8, we got it back, and unfortunately, no work was performed. And if you know where it was at, it wasn't the shop's fault. We're hiring a guy from across the country to come out and help us. He's an expert in what he does, and unfortunately, he doesn't have the time to do it right now, but he is going to come out the weekend before SEMA and help us out then. So it doesn't make sense to leave the car there all taken apart. And even though the car was all taken apart, driving it home was a lot of fun, and I love driving this thing. So the shop that it was at, I want to reiterate, it was not their fault. They were helping in every way they could possible. It's just the timeline of the other guy who has the expertise of what we need done is not available at this moment. So with that, we got a lot of stuff to do on the car, but that'll all be for the next episode. If you like this video, hit that like button below. Smash it if that's something you want to do. Subscribe if you already haven't. We're going to see you in the next video. Stay free, my friends.